right, guys. I'm actually in a trade right now on this Dolphin, man. I was not expecting to trade this, but I was watching this in after hours. I was actually watching this right here, literally. I was like, because I had been trading it all day, and I just drew this trend line that I've had there, and as well with this 200 moving average support as well. And I just noticed in after hours, like, oh no, it's coming into that trend line right now. Like, I wonder if I just took like 100 shares here, just see what happens. I mean, it has no volume or whatever, but I wonder what would happen. Blah 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 blah. And then I saw this first candle come up, and I thought, well, there's that kind of bounce play. I guess I kind of missed it because it will probably come down and crack through as we're in after hours, whatever. Let me just go ahead and take another piece off right here. Anyway, so I saw this come up. Right here, it looked like it was retracing. We're getting that kind of crack down through that part there. So I was kind of like, all right, whatever. But then this candle is super strong. Some volume came in there, and I thought, oh, maybe it's just like kind of that one-off pump, and it's gonna crash back down. It's just super volatile. Doesn't look very good. And these candles, you see these wicks. I mean, the technical pattern here is terrible. I mean, in terms of bouncing off the longer picture, technical pattern looks okay with this kind of uptrend is very clear, but when you have low volume and after hours and these candles look bad, which is with these wicks, and the open and close of these candles is weird. It's after hours. I mean, the volatility is crazy, and these candles are forming very unusually because it's after hours. But as I was just watching this just keep going up, I'm like, just my jaw is just agape because each one of these candles seemed like it would just rip and then it would spike back down and generate this huge wick on the top side. And that was just kind of crazy. And just watching it just keep going up, up, up. And I didn't think we'd get the break of 20, but we did. And anyway, so then I was just kind of watching it in here. And watching it consolidate, and it finally was like, okay, let's look for that first higher low to be put in. You've got kind of this stair-stepping down action here, so I was kind of looking for that next step down to turn into the first step up, right? So you want to see lower lows turn. You want to see that first higher low, and then you get the higher high from there, and then you can start to see that the downtrend is reversing into an uptrend. Anyway, so I tried that right here. I was like, well, I've already done my trading for the day, but I'll take my smallest share size position on the entire day here with 75 shares. And now that it's up at 20, well, now it's at 26 bucks, it's making bigger moves as we go up. Each dollar is getting closer together because the percentage gain becomes smaller and smaller for each dollar you go up, if that makes sense. So anyway, on this here, the stair-stepping action is very low volume. You see the volume just comes out. Okay, that's a thumbs up right there. Also, we're retracing very small amounts, so this looks incredibly strong. In terms of a pullback, this is really not much of one. The high here is 24.75, you could say, and down here 22.76. So we retraced $2 on a stock that's really volatile right now. So it looks really pretty awesome. And the kind of thing is, all day it's been really consolidating and just kind of moving sideways all day. And just from my trading it in here, and I'll go into the recap in a second, but just from trading it in here throughout the day, I can tell you so many times it's looked like it wants to break, it wants to go, it wants to squeeze, it wants it so bad, but it just keeps getting pushed down. It needs to come down. Try again, come down, try again, come down, try again, come down. So it's just been all day, and now we're getting that move. So this is the move that it's been consolidating for. And yeah, I mean, look at this now. This is just pretty crazy what we're seeing here. A move from 16 to 26 after hours. And the reason I'm talking about this so much is, one, I'm in the trade. Two, this is really the only stock I traded today. I tried AMC once and was done with it. But anyway, this my recap here says up 371. I will have to change that. Now I'm going to take one more piece off here if I can get it, as we're kind of getting that next leg up. But anyway, as I was saying, just all the signs on this look really good. So I tried it here and got a little nervous because I know my support was here at 22.75. So I really didn't want that to break. If that went, I would have to stop out of the position. But once this candle was really interesting, it just gapped up above, which is something that in the RTH session you would never see. But this was that candle that kind of gave me that confidence that it's gapping up above the open of the previous red candle, and it's a full green power candle. In other words, the candle closes at the high. So there I'm feeling very, very confident. And now you can see with only 20 shares, with my entry at 23, I'm up almost 70 bucks on only 20 shares, which is pretty good. If only I'd held a little bit more to this point, I could have gotten even more out of it. But as you can see, this thing is super strong right now. It's just there's just new highs coming in right now, 27, 30. This is really incredible. But guys, if you are enjoying this and you guys like these recaps and these videos, please hit the like button. Come on, guys. 0 likes on this video. Come on, 5 people watching. Maybe one of you guys could like the video. That would be let me know that I don't know, someone's interested in this. But anyway, so yeah, I'll go over my trades. I actually have a pretty cool thing too to show you guys, which is I recorded a trade that I took today. So why don't I show you guys that. I'm a little hesitant because I'm in this trade, but I'm going to take one more piece off here. We could see 30 bucks on this, and that's what's a little frustrating. So now I only have 10 shares left. So at this point, it's kind of like I'm okay to just let this one run. But why don't I show you guys this? This is, oops. So this is my trade on this from today. And as you can see, let me start it over. You can see right here the setup on it, and this is what it looked like earlier, kind of more toward the open of the day. So nice stair-stepping pattern up. Oh man, I like have to sneeze, but yeah, that is frustrating. Whatever. So anyway, as you can see, it's setting up right here, and I was gonna enter actually on this previous candle because I thought it could go, but here this setup is just really nice. Just a 2 candle pullback right here, and this, I know I took this position. I literally thought my stop is gonna be below 1245. 1245 is the level, which on the daily chart you can't see it, but 1245 is a high from weeks and months ago. 1245 is a spike high, so that's resistance right there. And not only that, it is the exact halt level, and the high here and the halt level here, going up here. So it has 1245 is a very significant level, and it's the low of this candle right here, this previous candle. So I said, okay, I'm going to take a position on this candle. And I was kind of doing my math here, right as this candle is kind of starting out. I'm doing my math for how many shares I should take, and I did settle on 200 shares because the risk was extremely low. And these are the setups I look for, where your stop is literally right there. So this is the type of trade where it goes instantly for you, and it's a huge home run, or you get stopped out with a very small loss. And those are the types of trades that I love hitting out of the park, because that's what they're designed to do. So anyway, well, it's hitting them out of the park with very low risk, so it's like a win-win. So that's what you have right here. So my entry is at, I think, 1277 or something like that. Let's see here. So I set my bid there, 200 shares, and immediately after I get filled, I'm already getting ready to set my stop. You can see that because as quickly as they can go, they can flush as well. I'm waiting to get filled on this. There's the fill. I was patient on it, right? Waiting to get my price, 1277. There it is, and then immediately I set my stop at 1249. I don't remember setting it there. I should have done 1244. That would have been the proper spot. I suppose the low of this, yeah, that's above the low of this wick. So that was a mistake. I meant to do 1244 would have been better. But anyway, here we go. Here comes that volume. I'm looking at this bar right here. Really want that volume to come in. Hesitating a little bit here, so I want to make sure this isn't a false breakout. But now is the spot where it needs to go. So yeah, this one definitely required some patience, not just this trade in particular, but the stock too. Just overall, I traded it throughout kind of lunchtime in the afternoon, and it was definitely needing it definitely needed that consolidation time. So there you go. There's that break up to 1417. I don't know, that right there confused me. I hesitated there. You can see I was going to I moved my mouse over to click join the ask, but I didn't change my my orders here, so now I'm scrambling to change this to 50 shares. It's coming up. There was a moment of hesitation there, and that kind of confused me, caught me off guard. But then here, taking profits as it comes up. This is a $300 trade going so far, and I'll just fast forward for you guys as this comes up, continuing to take profit, trying to be patient on it, being patient on it here, and then as it goes into this halt, I'm taking out another piece, and now I only have half my position left with only 100 shares going into this halt. Now, I did unfortunately get kind of a bad, wait, let's see here. Okay, so we don't get to see coming out of that halt. Well, I can show you. So let me go over here. So as you can see, yeah, it halted going up here, and then these two candles on the resumption, I said if it gaps up higher, that would be ideal. I want to see it gap up out of the halt. When stocks halt going up, particularly small cap stocks, you want to see them gap higher out of the halt, because you want ideally the market makers to look at the order flow and say, well, with the orders coming in that are buy orders and sell orders, we think that the price should be set higher. So you want to see them decide to set the price higher. But here, coming out of the halt, they actually set it just a smidge below that close price. So rather discouraging, and it kind of flashed down there. So let's see my outs here. So as you can see, I got out of the other half of my 200 share position in the first minute coming out of that halt. And I did not get the best exits. Up here is kind of that $15.30 range. But as you can see, I got an average of a dollar below that at $14.30 instead, because of when it was flashing down. I hit the bid twice and closed the position because I was nervous about the fact that it opened kind of flat from that halt, and that was really not what I wanted to see. Okay, so that was that big trade. So that was about a $340 trade. Okay, these trades in here, I had some really promising trades, but ended up kind of giving most of it back. So on this first trade was good. I took smaller size, 100 shares. I knew that it kind of had this flush, and then this was just a VWAP bounce play, looking for that double bottom to be put in, and that's exactly what we got. And I was not expecting this much of a rip, but we did get that. And my first take profit was solidly at the high of this candle right here, and then another take profit as this one came up and failed. I just took it out because I was worried about that flush. But as I saw it kind of stabilize here, I bought this dip. It came down for a second. And then I ended up just taking that trade out pretty break even at $8 gain. But here's where things start to go down here hill. Here I took a $38 loss on this trade. This one break even, and then this one another. This is a $32 loss right here. So anyway, here on this trade. Made about $100, but then on these two I lost about $60 between the rest of these trades in here. And then yeah, so that's it, trading it throughout the day. Those are my trades on it today. I tried AMC, as I did mention briefly earlier, but this one, wow, look at this now. I mean, this is pretty crazy. AMC down 15% today, and even steeper decline in after hours. It's kind of breaking through that trend line here that I've drawn, kind of this triangle. I was really wanting AMC to squeeze higher back up to that $20 price, but so this is kind of a bummer. I think this sell-off is a bit exaggerated. I don't know. Just the last 2 days, it's gone from $14 to now $10. Pretty crazy. But anyway, I tried this one here. This is a nice setup. Just again, this is kind of that same thing that we saw on Dolphin, right? That surge up, and then the pullback is really not even a pullback. It's more just consolidation. And then with this first green candle to form here, looking really good. But this one actually did not play out, as this one broke down, and this one I got out for a pretty break-even trade. I was in the money on it briefly, but as it came down here, I thought the pattern doesn't look good anymore, and I can see this one just continuing to make lows. It's very weak on the day. This was kind of an attempt to get this one back up toward VWAP. You know, stocks that have days like this where they're down a lot, stocks that move, I'll put it this way, stocks that move big in a day at any point during the day, if it's having a big move, it has the potential to move big back in the opposite direction. So even though it's weak, even though it's down 15%, or at this point it was down 7 or 8% maybe, I don't know exactly, that tells me it's a big mover. It has the potential to move. So that's really what it was. So I don't look at this of like, oh, I'm buying a stock that's clearly weak. I look at this as I'm, trading a stock that is moving today. And yes, today it just, wow, this is crazy now. I mean, look at that, just made a new low right here, 1016. If you got, I mean, yeah, actually I'm not going to say anything about this. This is just pretty nuts, but oh well, too bad for AMC. This sucks. But it is, one of those meme stocks that definitely has a good case for it being a little overpriced. But I don't really think of it that way. Like, I think GameStop, yeah, certainly, but AMC I feel like has a much stronger case for being where it's at right now, trading where it's at right now. But for whatever reason, it's the one selling off like crazy. Okay, let's take a look at my Dolphin trade. How are my last 10 shares doing? So again, we're getting kind of a very tame pullback here. That doesn't mean it can't accelerate, but this could be a spot right here and now to take a stab at this thing for that next leg higher. I don't think I will, just because it's so extended now. But this would be the spot. You have a really easy, nice stop at $26, and you have only 20 cents of risk right now. Now you have 0 risk. Literally 1 cent of risk. You can be a buyer at 26.05 and set your stop below 26. You got 6 cents of risk, and it's a good technical trade. Your odds of success are low. There it is. It broke right there. So there it is. And now it's a question of how much it's going to continue to retrace. Or if this candle can close above 26, then that's a sign of strength for sure. Wow, look at that. Okay. If this candle flips and closes green, I'm trying to think of reasons not. Look at that. Told you that 26 level. Told you. Told you. There's that break, and now that was a false break downside. So that 26 support came in pretty strong. Got bought right back up as it came below that level. So that was the spot. And now you have this first candle to make a new high, which opens up possibility of a move back towards $28. And I'm conflicted. That's a nice close on that candle. Watch for this there. That's the entry spot right here, right now. Buy. That's the spot. I could dip in this, see if I get filled. 10 shares. This would be the spot. And now the stop is below 26. I'm not going to give this one any time more than that. But now I want to see this candle kind of close more toward that open. Again, guys, I've got 10 shares in this that I just added, so my trading is done. I'm just taking this to as a more of a principled trade. I see the setup, I like it, and I'm taking it. Well, now this doesn't look good because this is engulfing the entire green candle there. It's got 10 seconds to make some progress back high side, which level 2, okay, nice, reclaiming 26.20 on the bid. Well, shame. So now it can go either way really, but downside looks better. 26 will be the spot. 26 breaks, and I'm out of the rest of my 20 shares. Anyway, guys, that was a recap today. If you guys did enjoy that recap, please leave a like on this video, man. I would appreciate that. And subscribe if you guys like this content. I'm not always in a trade when I do my recaps. I hardly ever am. This is a rare thing. But when I see them move, in the morning, at lunch, in the afternoon, guys, it doesn't matter. When the stocks are moving, that's when I trade. And now this is not looking too good. Oh well. That's why I only added 10 shares, guys, because this is so extended now that there's a lot of traders that are looking for that next move higher. But look at the volume on this candle too. That's another thing that gives me some hope. But this is looking like it's going to crack 26. So this candle should do it right here. But yeah, 26, 26. There goes 26. Okay. So as with this candle breaking below 26 and closing up above it, I'm going to give this one a chance to flip green. And I'll probably give this one, I mean, I have to be honest, the right stop is definitely below the wick of this candle. So 25.70. But let's see if 26 can hold here, which right now it just reclaimed 26. So let's see if, let's give this one a shot. And a move above 27 will kind of verify the strength of this next leg higher. Hopefully we can get that. But right now it's just either way on this, and the volume is definitely lower than it was in here. So we'll see. I've got 20 shares. 20 shares. Every dollar it goes up, I make 20 bucks. Just put a Jackson in my pocket. Or taking them out of my pocket if it goes down $1. So yeah, 26 is that spot where it's just kind of battling, and the buyers are trying to keep it above that price. We have a bid at 26.10, which is good. Now at 26.25, excellent. So my entry on those 10 shares exactly was 26.34, so I jumped in front of that 26 level. Now we have some wicks to the downside, which are bullish. It means that sellers couldn't really hold prices down there, but so this is all just context in the wake of price action. So we'll see if we can get that push to 27. If this were not so extended, I would take a much larger position. I would have taken a much larger position. So when I said that this was the spot to buy, this is a very bullish candle, and this is holding that 26 support. Everything looks good here. And then you want to get that temporary pullback, and then this candle to ideally flip green and give you continuation, or if not, show a wick downside, and then the next candle forms and that one goes. We didn't get that at all here. It actually engulfed this entire candle, and now we're finally getting that a little bit of strength here. We want to see this candle flip green, absolutely. Or if not, we want it to stay just like this, and then that next one to go, right? So when you have a power candle like that, you want continuation, or you want hesitation in continuation. You don't want to see what we saw right here with that. I mean, this is kind of worst case scenario. But ultimately, 26 held, and right now we're just rolling with it. We're just going with the flow here, guys. We're almost up to that $27 mark. So we'll see what can happen. I'll set my order size to 5 shares. And that's that will be the increments that I get out in. I'm a little bit worried about just a flush, but this one seems very kind of stable. It's volatile but stable in that we haven't really seen too many just huge flushes on this. The biggest one was right here, but in after hours it's been pretty good, pretty okay. See if I can take a piece out here. This candle's scaring me a little. There we go, 58. So that's not a bad exit there. Guys, I have extremely small position size on this, so please do not think that this is a good spot to be in the trade. I don't think this is a bad spot to be in the trade. If you look at the 1 hour chart too, this candle's closed very close to its high. It has a very small wick here. And so far, this candle, this new hourly candle, has not shown any price action up into that range, up into the $28 mark, which is good, because, well, it doesn't really mean anything, because this candle can flush and go down and whatever, but a retest of that $28 spot would be not unlikely. But what we're seeing now is kind of a failed higher high here. This is kind of lousy. The volume didn't really come in for us. This candle is creating difficulties. Yeah, if this can close green, that'd be awesome. But yeah, again, guys, this is extremely small share size, so I'm just kind of streaming to be streaming right now, and that's kind of it. This has been a 25-minute video. This was kind of a recap, as well as just kind of talking about this trade as well. So, but yeah, some nice wicks on those two red candles, and that's kind of that consolidation, 2-minute pullback, and now can we get that rip to $27? $26.50 on the bid, $26.50 on the ask. So yeah, this is kind of that make or break spot. We need to get a move higher here and now. Anyway, guys, so I'll be watching this, and I'm in this trade with 15 shares, so very, very, very small size. It is the end of the day, and I will update the title of this video once I'm out of this trade. Anyway, yeah, guys, I'm probably going to end this video just because I'm, again, really small size and there's not too much going on here on this. The volume is coming out. That doesn't mean that there won't be a move up or down. It just means that this is not much is happening here right now. It needs to see $27, above 27. That's the next spot. But right now it's just really kind of lame, if I do say so myself. Alright, guys, hope you enjoyed the recap. That's going to be it from me. Right now up 546, which is excellent. Yesterday I was down 300, so this is putting me in the green from that spot. So feeling good, and that is it from me today, guys. I'll be back at it tomorrow for the recap. Leave a like on this video, subscribe to the channel, because guys, I do these recaps every single day, and yeah, they're a lot of fun. So anyway, yeah, I'll be back tomorrow. Bye bye.